Okay, so today we're going to be going over my favorite way to make lash fans. There are very many different ways to make fans. I just prefer this way over all of them. For this, you will need one of these little glue cups, just like this, and then something like this. This is called a blossom cup. Some people call it a butterfly cup, a glue cup. There's all kinds of words for it. But as you can see, it has a little two kind of like parts in here for you to put the adhesive. Then it has all these little like indentations on the outside. And I'm going to show you guys what that is for in just a second. You can actually buy these pretty much anywhere. I usually get these on Amazon, eBay, sometimes AliExpress. It just kind of depends on how many I'm trying to buy at a time. Typically, these things don't really fit that well in here. They tend to kind of fall out. Once you have product in here, you don't want to drop it, especially not on your client or on their hair or anything like that. So you're going to try to secure it in here best as possible. The way that I do it is I take a tiny piece of double-sided tape and I stick it in here, and then I just kind of place this on top and I just kind of fold down the edges just like that. And that seems to work pretty good for me. It doesn't fall or anything. Just sometimes I'll need to kind of, you know, fasten it back in, but it stays on pretty good. Alrighty, and then the next step is I like to take the eyelash strip and I place it on top of my wrist just like this. I brush it out. It seems to have some kind of something right here. Right. And then I have all kinds of fancy tweezers that I get for free or that I buy, and somehow I always end up going back to my ST15. This is the one that I learned with, and I always tend to go back to it. It makes me comfortable. Even if I'm doing classic or volume sets, I always pretty much use a ST15. And then a straight tweezer. I prefer the short ones, but again, there are all types of different types of actual tweezers. You can just use whatever feels best for you. And the way that I make my fans is I go ahead and come in here. If I'm making like a thicker fan, and I grab as many hairs as I'm gonna need, fibers, eyelashes, whatever you want to call them. Try to keep this as straight as possible. I come in here at the very edge, dip it in the adhesive, and then I put it through these little things back here. I try to build the actual eyelash here. This one kind of, and as you can see, that kind of closes off the end to make sure that there's no, you know, weird sided ends or anything like that. I don't know where I'm pointing at, but as you guys can tell, that's straight and beautiful. And it's pretty quick. I'll show you guys again. Come in, grab, make sure it stays together, pull forward, dip the tip into the adhesive, slide it through here. And there you go. You can also try coming in and kind of curving a little bit to build your fan a little bit better, to kind of separate all the little fibers so that they don't kind of stick together, and then pull forward. When you do that, you go ahead and dip again, put it through the thing. As you can see, your little fibers are going to be a little bit more fanned out. If for whatever reason it doesn't close all the way, you can go ahead and bring it back and close it up. Looks like this one's not going to close all the way, so we're going to go ahead and toss it. So guys, I've been doing this for almost 4 years, and still sometimes I make a messed up fan. Happens to all of us. So whenever that does happen, just go ahead and drop it and try again. Okay. And just like that. Whoop. See? Beautiful. Again. And see? Well, that didn't work that well. Let's try again. You guys make me nervous. All right. Here you go. And I tend to do my fans a little bit more, wide, because I do prefer like a fluffier look. There are wider fans in this, and that's perfectly okay. Usually a wider fan will consist of a more shorter base with a more fluffy outside. Just like this. And then you got your more narrow-based fans, which are perfectly okay too. Just depends on the artist and I guess your style, which would look something more like this. And that's the way that I make my fans. Pretty much always use one of these cups. They're just a lifesaver for me. It's easier for me to have the adhesive handy. As you guys can tell, making this is hard work, and it does require a lot of practice, but with practice you will get it right. Just keep trying as many times as you need to, and I promise you, you will get it. Thank you for watching.